Hi, Jim Ziegler, the Alpha Dawg, and I've got an exciting show for you this afternoon. Truly a diva. I mean, one of the great divas of the car business, Miss Bobbie Herron. I'm going to bring her on in just a minute, but before I do that, I got to do a little bit of housekeeping here. I want to be sure that this broadcast goes public where everybody in the world can see it. So while our audience is building up, I'm over here tinkering with okay, there we go. Public. We are public. I love it. Okay, Jim Ziegler, the Alpha Dawg. And ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce my guest. Here she is, Miss Bobbie Herron. Hi, Bobbie.
Hi there.
I am so excited to have you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not only one of my best friends in the car business, this is one of the most competent women or men, competent persons in the technology side of the car business. She's been there, done that, and I have seen her do amazing things. And if your dealership's having any problems with your BDC or any of your technology marketing, you need to call this woman, Bobbie Herron, partner with Bobbie. And Bobbie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, first of all, thank you for such an amazing intro. That was a fantastic compliment. I appreciate that.
It's true. You're that good.
Thank you. I designed that on purpose by surrounding myself with brilliant people and then being open to collaboration. And it's been the best thing I've decided to do in my career. You know, look at everything as an opportunity to become stronger and better. I've spent 21 years in automotive, 17 on the dealer side.
21 years?
Yeah.
Starting you were 3?
Yeah, I was actually 4.5. The medical breakthroughs right now are fantastic. Red lipstick fixes everything. But yeah, I started as a porter, Jim, and then I was a BDC person before BDCs exist. Back in the day when Ford would have you print out the paper from the old service drive that it came out line by line in a roll. You remember that?
I was there. Hey, Rodney Wise is aboard.
Hey, Rodney. We would call from those like way before CRMs, which might be why I appreciate them so much.
Weldon Whitehurst just showed up.
Oh, great person. I'm glad that he joined us. Hey,
Weldon, are you coming to Internet Battle Plan? I mean, I haven't seen you sign up yet.
What? He's not on yet?
He hasn't signed up yet.
Invest in yourself, my friend. Let's do some collaboration together.
Now, Weldon promised me he's going to get some of the independent dealers to Internet Battle Plan. Now, let's see how good he is with his word there. You know?
I love that, though. A lot of the independent dealers don't attend as many things as the franchisees, and they really should. The knowledge, not to go off on a segue, but one of my favorite things about Battle Plan is that it turns into almost like multiple 20 groups filled with brilliant people. And the collaboration and networking at the event is as important as the speakers, because you're talking about what you just saw and somebody goes, I tried that. This is what worked. This is what didn't. And you come up with all new strategies. So it's one of my favorite things about it. So I'd love to see Weldon there.
Internet Battle Plan is becoming a cult.
It's a cult classic. It's a must do. We need like t-shirts and stuff at this point, like fun little nickname things. You know what I mean? But, my background from BDC person to sales manager, sales director, finance director, general sales manager, general manager. I've built BDCs, tore them down. And more importantly, I've failed through enough things in the beginning of my career that I get to use that knowledge to help people be successful. And ultimately, before I opened my own company, prior to that, before leaving the dealership world, I oversaw 19 franchise stores and 32 non for digital sales and marketing, and then training operations, basically on an operations level. So the perspective of what we tried before we found what worked is incredible. That knowledge, I think, is what really helps people buy into new stuff. So I'm so excited to share that.
Well, I'll tell you, you have held almost every variable position in a car dealership.
Yes.
And you did it before women were prolific in these positions.
Oh, yeah. They say, Jim, it's something like 2% of our industry has women as leaders. Just 2%. And the turn rate is almost double for women in our industry. And I was sharing this story last week, actually, with a class that I was training for operations. And somebody said, well, women, you have it hard in the business. And I said, it's all in how you look at things, right? I don't know if it's that I have it hard. It's just different. I can definitely get away with some stuff that the guys can't, which is a positive. And my parents naming me Bobbie gave me a big benefit, right? My signature line used to just say Bobbie, and people would assume I was a man before a woman, and it would get me the intro to have a conversation. So it's a business that you embrace. Silver lining.
Have you noticed that there are 3 women speaking at Internet Battle Plan?
I have, and all amazing women.
Absolutely. I've been promoting women before it was fashionable to promote women.
Right. You really have. You've always been like that. But you're also one of the men in automotive who has an amazing wife and goes everywhere with her, and you built an amazing business together. And so I think genuinely we're thankful to not just you, but to Debbie too, for really saying, hey, we can help you.
I love my wife.
I love your wife too.
Isn't she great?
Yeah, she really is great. She's an amazing woman.
Well, she's done all of the catering and planning for Internet Battle Plan.
She has the best food of any conference. I don't care what anybody says, hands down. And I've been to probably thousands of them. Miss Debbie kills it. The first battle plan I ever went to, she had a candy bar, like a candy station. And I was like, brilliant. We've been running around. She gave us a little sugar rush. It was all different kinds. And somebody said, that's so simple and so smart. And I was like, she's brilliant.
She does. And we got the outdoor cocktail reception.
That's one of my favorites.
A live band.
Clearwater is going to be so pretty.
Yeah, I mean, March, Minnesota's going to be under 2 feet of snow. We're going to be out by the pool with a live band, eating great food and open bar.
And I looked at all the flights around the country to go there too. It's a very inexpensive place to fly to. There's round trip flights from Atlanta to Tampa right near there, $60 on Spirit, all the way up to, wherever you're flying from. But it's reasonable flights, reasonable rooms, and incredible weather. I was just there last week.
Why do dealers need to beef up their BDCs now?
People still think that BDCs are a replacement for salespeople. I hear people say, the salespeople are lazy, so we had to make a BDC. They're this. The truth is, it's not the same skill set. It's not even close to the same skill set. Getting somebody to convert from a piece of paper or a thought into a true opportunity is repetitive. You have to be detail oriented. And more importantly, you have to have the ability to read a conversation, look at a journey, and then address it. And BDCs allow sales teams to do what they're best at, and building a right BDC allows the BDC to do what they're best at. And when they work as one team all together, moving in the same direction, something Eric Gale actually used to say all the time, one team moving in one direction, the results are incredible. They're incredible. The problem comes in when we start to build a BDC without help and we're not sure how to hire for it, and we start to hire it with a sales-like mindset and pay plans that aren't written for motivation. That's when you see dealers go, well, BDC isn't working. No, it's just a knowing problem at this point and understanding how to do it. But the amount of even paper leads, and I hate that word, leads, I like to think of it as an opportunity. That's why we treat them different when we call them a lead. But the amount of leads that come in now and the hyper-targeted marketing that's being used means there has to be a distinct conversation. So you can go, I had 500 come in, 250 I never talked to. That's a different bucket for coaching and motivation. 250 I talked to, and they turned into this. So it's essential.
Yeah,
that's my little sister and my admin.
Yeah, she just put your contact information on the sidebar. So if you want to get in touch with Bobbie with Beasley's agency, and there's her phone number. Hey, Kevin Campbell just showed up.
Hey, Kevin Campbell.
And hey, Weldon Whitehurst just committed on the sidebar.
Good job, Weldon. You're investing in yourself. Smartest thing you can do.
I think he cut his finger, sucked it, held it up in the air, and did a pinky swear on it. So Weldon said, go to the website, internetbattleplan.com, and sign up as the dealer while you're thinking about it.
Jim, I get a lot of questions about Internet Battle Plan where people will say, well, it's just internet. No, the name is genius, but it's everything. Operations, internet, leadership, motivation, collaboration. Like it's encompasses everything that we do. And there's a place in the world for major conferences, big ones, NADA, things like that. But if you really want to get granular and take something back, this intimate level of conferencing is essential. I've met a lot of my closest friends in my tribe who by design make me stronger, and the people that were around at this conference. And when we attend every year, we continue those relationships. So on a Tuesday, when there's not a conference, I can call and go, hey, I have an idea. What do you think about this? And all of a sudden it comes to life and it's effective.
I just put your phone number on the screen. Everybody can see it.
Thank you. Yeah, text me, guys. Let's chat.
Isn't that cool?
I love this new Be Live product.
Now you were one of those people that got awarded the 40 under 40.
I did, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've been waiting for 80 under 80.
Hey, you know what? We can start whatever we want. So we could have a contest next year, make it official. We've got this.
Hey, Stan just showed up.
Oh, hey. Stan is always a lively individual to have collaborate on things for sure.
Everybody listening to this broadcast, everybody watching us right now, please share this all over the place and go find some people and bring them in here. Tag some people that need to be on this broadcast with us.
Absolutely. And if you guys have questions, you want to address something, I'm going to be talking about how to beast mode your BDC at Battle Plan, but that doesn't mean we can't answer questions while we're chatting right now. And then you get the best of both worlds. So if you've got a question, type it in and let's talk about it.
What are you going to be talking about at Internet Battle Plan, Bobbie?
I'm so excited. I'm going to be talking about how to beast mode your BDC, right? Put it on steroids. What are the top 5 best practices that are actionable, can be changed immediately with easy implementation, and will drive a result? And we're going to talk about that from a recruiting to an onboarding to an in-place to a handoff to the sales floor process. We're going to take one of each of those categories so that everybody in the audience can take 1 to 5 things back that they can actually change immediately and see a high ROI.
That's what I love about you. You really do what you say you do. This woman goes into dealerships and turns them on. This woman will turn your numbers on, ramp it up, amp it up. There's so many people out there in the geek mode that claim good results. I've seen her results. This woman is amazing.
Thank you.
Remember the movie Home Alone?
That one that's like, that one? Yeah.
I was practicing that.
Well done. You got a good Home Alone face.
Oh, God. Let's see who's on the side. Hey, people, check in on the sidebar. Let me know.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hey, Ariel Velasquez is on.
Hey, Ariel. How are you today?
Ariel is one of my better friends. I'm telling you, he's originally from Puerto Rico. He's now living in Tennessee. He's a Puerto Rican redneck.
That's an awesome combo. I need to know, do you drink Natty Light? Are you a whiskey drinker? What's the thing? I'll send you a present.
Ariel is one of my better friends. I wouldn't say that,
Great person.
Everybody watching this show, check in on the sidebar if you would, please. Hey,
yeah,
Lindsay Shaker's here. Hey.
Lindsay is one of my favorite people in the whole world for years and years back. She is brilliant. Like, this is a person who, she's humble. She's should behave like Kanye, but she doesn't. She's super humble, brilliant. And if you ever get a chance to sneak into some of her marketing, if you look at her store, get yourself retargeted on Facebook, her social ads are so good. And her ideas are incredible. And she's a collaborator.
She is an innovator.
Yeah, I love her to pieces.
I'd like to see her come to Internet Battle Plan.
I would love for her to. Lindsay, you should come and be my guest. I would love to see her there.
Oh, that's right. You bought a couple of tickets to give away, didn't you?
I did. Yes.
Hey, this woman's got 10 free tickets she paid for. Should I tell them that?
Yeah, you can let this cat out of the bag. You can tell them.
Okay. If they're on your good side, you might give them one.
Yeah, right. So if you, what I'd really love to see you guys do is put together just a 15-second video. If you're uncomfortable with it being public, just send it to me. But post it and tell me why you want to come and what you're going to take back. Because I'm a person who's about accountability. When I go into a store to help them with opportunities and recognize roadblocks. The biggest thing that I offer is accountability. And so show me why you want to come. Just give me a 15-second, 30-second, 2-hour if you want to. And let's share with the world what you would take back from it. Because I think it's such a great opportunity. I mean, I haven't missed one. So it's huge. And I'm definitely down to share with you guys.
Matt Ray, BDC stands for Business Development. Take appointments, set for sales, and BDC sets, and boom, great days. You can't rely on the BDC to drive your months. Okay, Ashley Mabry's aboard.
Hi, Ash.
Ashley.
That's one of my best friends.
Shared it. Christina Marquis, Stephen Cohen. Hey, Stephen.
Oh, hey, Stephen.
We got Mike Phillips is here.
Hi, Monica.
Pedro Moncada.
We've got an awesome audience here.
Let's see. Bridget Elizabeth Bruns is on. Rick LeBlanc. Now, Rick is one of my friends. Rick is one of my friends from high school. He's not in the car business.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I love that. Rick, thanks for hanging out with us today. These principles apply to all businesses. So
I was pissed at Rick LeBlanc for 50 years.
You're not even old enough to be mad at somebody for 50 years, Jim.
Yeah. I was a pitcher on a little league baseball team. I was a star pitcher. And this kid comes on, Rick LeBlanc, and took my pitching spot away from me. He was better than me. And guess what he did for the rest of his life?
What?
He was a pitcher for pro baseball teams.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Thank you for putting some ambition into Jim to want that pitching spot back, because look at life now. Those moments where people push up are so important.
I forgave him. He lives about 30 miles from me. We spend a little time together now. He's a good friend.
I don't know if you know this, but baseball is my favorite sport. I'm big on live sporting events because I like the energy. So if we need to be mad at him for a day while he grabs us some tickets, I'll support you. Rick, sorry, not sorry about that.
Hey, Adam Ross, Kim Jerry Bennett. Is that Kim or Jerry? Now, which one is it?
Does it say Kim and Jerry?
I got Kim, Jerry, Bennett. Now, that's got to be a husband and a wife on the same one.
Yep, that's exactly what that is. I think Matt said—
I wonder who suspects who.
I almost just said that, Jim, and I stopped myself. I'm so glad you did. It always makes it so hard to communicate when it's like that, right?
When I see a joint Facebook page, I wonder who suspects who, you know?
Something happened there.
I'm just joking, Kim, Jerry, Bennett. Which one is it? Hey, guys.
It's got to be Jerry.
Kim or Jerry?
See if they answer.
Here.
You know, I noticed on the comments, Matt's comment about BDC, and one of the things that we talk about that it stands for is build, develop, cultivate. Instead of just the BDC center. I just recently started working with a client and I love what they call it. They call it the activity center in their dealership, the hub of the energy and the activity.
I call it the business communication center.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't that cool?
It is cool. You know, a lot of people think that I only work with stores that have BDCs, or they'll say, Bobbie, you only believe in a BDC. I believe that whatever is the best fit for a store culture-wise and leadership can be made to work as long as it's has a good strategy, it's implemented, and they're held accountable. So I work with a lot of stores who do cradle to the grave too. And we split that out by a motivational pay plan and how we do it. And so I always have people say, Bobbie, you only love a BDC. No, I love watching a dealership take all of the opportunities that they see as failures and turn them into putting dreams in driveways every day. I love that win from the porter who can put groceries on his table all the way up to the owner who's sending their kid to college. I think that's an incredible feeling to help people win. I love that part of it.
Well, I got to tell you, one of the best.
Thank you.
When you turn these BDCs on, I love it the way you actually go in the dealership. You do follow-up phone coaching. I mean, you do all of it.
Yep.
Your schedule is amazing.
My schedule is beautiful chaos for sure, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
I met you when you were still working in the dealerships.
Yes, you did. Yep.
Who were you working for at the time?
I was working for the Garber Automotive Group.
The Garber Automotive Group. And I met you at a seminar, Battle Plan in Detroit.
Absolutely. And we were there attending. We brought our whole executive management team. to attend. And then when we left, we went back and had a day-long meeting, which before you guys think that's too long to be off the floor, it's not if you're investing in yourself. We did it on a Sunday, and we built strategies for each of the stores independently that highlighted their biggest opportunity, and then we put them in effect. And that's where I learned to do the follow-up calls and the importance of them, because I'll have a dealer say to me, well, Bobbie, do I have to do the follow-up calls? Absolutely, or we're not a good fit. Because you think about how many times has something been implemented in a dealership and you go, hey, are you guys doing that? And they go, we used to. Why don't you anymore? I don't know. And so those calls are accountability levels from the top down to make sure that if something changed for a reason, we solve it. If something changed because we just fell off, we get back on. And it's a good touch point to make sure that numbers are truly increasing and to find other areas in the dealership that might be causing a roadblock that you don't see from the ground level, which is massive. It's one of my favorite parts of it.
Putting a URL up there right now.
Thank you.
Here we go, internetbattleplan.com. Did I spell it right? I think I did.
Yes, you did.
Internetbattleplan.com. Are you aware that we have early bird ticket prices right now at $250?
That's crazy, the savings on there. And I remember when I asked you, I said, Jim, why are you doing such a low price in the beginning? And you said to me, I want to make sure that anybody who would otherwise not have the opportunity to attend does. And that is the difference between putting together a conference where you care who attends and want everybody to be a part of it versus some massive craziness that you're like, well, I don't care if we only have this many people. You're making it where people can invest in themselves. For the salespeople listening, at that early bird price with the cost of flights and the inexpensive cost of the hotel, it's the cost of going somewhere for a weekend or doing something and bringing back the knowledge. If your store will not invest in you, invest in yourself. This is your career.
Did you see the hotel room rate?
Crazy.
Was
How do you even negotiate that? How do you do that? Insane.
Miss Debbie set that up. I defy you to go on their website and get a room for less than $350.
You can't. I already looked at it.
Hotel on the beach.
Yeah. And it's on the beach. It's like the beach is like, hey, I'm the beach. I'm right here.
Teach at the beach, outdoor cocktail reception, 20 expert speakers.
I'm so excited.
I've got some of the best people in the industry, every aspect of internet sales, marketing, technology marketing, SEO, SEM. Right. We've got, Chris Hill is speaking. Overtake Digital.
Oh, Chris is so good. I don't recommend a lot of products or vendor partnerships publicly because I like to look at the product, the result, and the customer service. Chris Hill and I have been friends for years and years, and I have a lot of friends I don't recommend in their products, but their product is good and the results I've seen are strong. I'm excited to see Chris speak because I learn from him every time I'm around him. The quality of the speaker lineup is insane. Like, I'm excited to just attend. Forget speaking. I'm excited to attend.
Do you know Kimmy?
Kimmy?
You don't know Timmy?
Well, it depends on which Timmy. I can't see the sidebar.
Okay, I'm talking about Timmy James.
I love Timmy James. I steal his hat at every opportunity.
Fusion. Yeah.
So I'm gonna approach Tim at Internet Battle Plan. So if he's watching, I'm gonna approach him there, and I love that product and what it does and the new stuff that they have involved. I feel like I'm gonna try to get him to sponsor my website as a powered by Flick Fusion site and do all the video through it. So Tim, if you're watching, we need to talk about that.
He's going to start and scale a true video strategy. He's going to outline that battle plan. Video is the fourth dimension.
Yep.
People learn with different modalities of learning, different ways they receive information.
Yep.
And video is all dimensional.
Oh, it's massive. And it's, you think about how you humanize yourself, right? So think about for a minute, because this is a good example. When we look at a dealership's website or their staff page or their signature line in their templates, we look at it and we have these pictures that are professional, but they look like mugshots. Like, you look like the stereotypical criminal that people think we are. When you introduce a video through text, through email at all, you become like this. You become friends. You become the guy at the barbecue that somebody referred you to, or your neighbor that you go out and check the mail at the same time.
Look at us right now.
Massive value in that. If you're not, I would bet anybody money, because I do a lot with video. if you learn your source and you send back a video, your competitors are likely not doing it. It's the easiest way to overtake them. And it's fast and it's simple. It works in the BDC or on the sales floor. And people always, their biggest objection is two things. One, well, I don't have time to go out and do a walk around on every car. Well, then do yourself a solid and go out and do walk arounds on multiple cars and store it in your templates or in your phone, or come up with the top 5 generics that you can use that you would be sending out. And if it's, the second thing is, I'm uncomfortable with video, practice. If you're in a relationship and you wanna spice it up while you make more money, practice your video sending. You'll get real comfortable real quick with what you're sending out. And you'll get more comfortable sending out a video that humanizes you and makes you a real person.
It makes you a human being.
Imagine that, right?
Imagine that.
I'm always amazed. One of my top questions I get from people is, how do you communicate non-verbally? Well, it's hard. It's hard to get somebody swayed to your opinion. You don't send out, oh, you wanted 28 grand, we can do it for 30 plus in an email. You're not going to convert somebody that way. You don't send anything that way where you're trying to change somebody's mind. It's like Facebook, people post how they want religious or politics, and then they get frustrated when somebody doesn't agree, but words are just things on paper. They don't showcase our personality, our charm, who we are. We learn to mirror body language way back when in the business, and you can't do that on paper, but you can do it on a video.
I got to tell you, Greg Gifford.
One of my favorite people ever.
Oh yeah, I mean he is absolutely nuts. I think he's about 3/4 over the edge, but he is absolutely amazing. You talk about SEO,
crazy
search engine marketing. This guy is at the top of that game.
Yeah,
and he does the most unusual presentations.
We're gonna put a shot collar on him, a swearing shot collar. Zap, 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 zap.
He has at least 100 slides in every presentation he's ever done.
Yep.
And he talks so fast, you better pay attention or you'll miss it. Guess what he's speaking on this time?
What's he speaking on?
Samuel L. Jackson's tips on how to be an SEO hitman.
I love that he relates it that way. And you probably know this, but a lot of the audience might not. Not only is Greg Gifford one of the top people in SEO in automotive, he's one of the top people in SEO outside of automotive. He speaks all over the world.
He works at international conferences.
Yeah, he works with Moz directly. He actually has a course on Moz right now that you can take. Greg is one of my favorite people to follow for SEO. He's taught me more than anybody in the business about SEO. And when I have a question, that's who I call him. When he does those presentations, he automatically gives a Bitly slide so that if you miss something, you just know where to go. You don't have to reach out to him or wait for it. It's just there. And SEO is one of the most important things we can do, right? And you incorporate that into video and forget about it. You just killed the competition.
Hey, Monica Horning is here. Hey, hi, Monica, if you're still here, just say hello on the sidebar.
I love Monica.
Monica's here. Let's see who else we got on the sidebar here. Kim, it's Kim. It's Kim. It's not Jerry. It's Kim.
Oh, it is Kim. Hi, Kim.
Hey, Kim, do you trust Jerry or just have a joint Facebook page?
It's such a big thing.
Board. Man,
this is a great crew. I see Mike Phillips on the side screen also has joined us as well. And man, he's a great example of killing it in a dealership. That's what I mean.
Still here.
That's what I mean. These are the people, guys, that you don't know each other. This is where you come and collaborate together. You got some BDC managers in here, sales managers, GMs, all different walks of life that are in here going, hey, I'm interested. Just imagine 2 days immersed with them, what you could actually bring back.
Do you know Tony Washington?
Socially, yes, but not personally.
You just know him on the keyboard.
Yeah, on the keyboard.
Well, Dave Duncan just showed up. Oh, man, we got a good crowd show. Chris Bennett's out there.
We have a really good crowd going on.
We got a super crowd. And, these broadcasts generally only get 30, 40 people, but then the replays, we get 5,000 or 6,000.
Right. That's what I love about Facebook Live. Whenever somebody's available, you can watch later. Right. And these little tidbits that you get during these kind of conversations, they're just real. These are just real people talking. I love to read the comments afterwards and see like their questions or their contributions and then go back and have real conversations with them. So if you guys are seeing each other comment and you haven't met each other, introduce yourselves. Say hello.
This one just showed up.
Awesome individual.
I don't know Carrie. Hi, Carrie.
You don't? Carrie, say hello to Jim. Carrie does a great job.
Oh, wait a minute. Kim says that she's been married 37 years and they trust each other. She just wants to keep a close eye on him on Facebook and won't let him have his own page.
You know what I love about her? That was transparent answer. Like, that's right. I love it. I love it. You know, the Facebook is such a powerful tool, even in branding for salespeople. I taught a class last week on, and forgive this word because words have power, right? On stalking people. But we live in a micro-targeted world. We want groceries, we call Amazon. We don't have to go anywhere. We want to watch a movie, we just download it. You want a perfect pair of shoes, do one search and you'll get targeted for it. All of these micro moments that cause our customers to convert into opportunities through leads or walk-ins. A lot of times when we get into the dealership, we try to slow them down. We're like, let me go through these 15 things. Let me do this and this and this. But we forget all the micro moments before that caused them to come there. And so a lot of the training for stalking somebody, I say learning them.
I know Carrie. I know Carrie. She works for Bill Wolf. I just realized who she is. I met her.
Different. She's got a cute picture up, but it's like the angle, because girls are really good at angles, right?
Oh, hey, Carrie's not only a smart woman, she's a babe.
Oh, she's a total babe. Total babe. She got her right in that same bucket as Lindsay. I would marry Lindsay.
Are you guys coming to Battle Plan? I mean, you know, can we get you and Broom and maybe Wolf again?
We need to.
You guys there.
We definitely need to.
Janice just showed up. Hey, Janice Blaming Peterson's on. Hi, Janice.
Such a cool girl. I do know Janice socially, but yes, I spend a lot of time on social. I feel like sometimes.
Well, you know, I've got 100,000 friends and followers on social media.
Isn't it that kind of networking is not available anywhere else, right? I think that's why your network is so powerful, because it started as the real in-person like creations, relationships, and then now you have social to network and have those conversations. That's what I was saying about the stalking thing. Before I work with somebody and come in for training or anything like this, and you guys should do this for your customers that are coming in too, get to know them a little bit on Facebook. Take a look at their page, find something you have in common, genuinely, make sure it's genuine, and use it to break down the walls that people put up when we're stereotyped as these scary people. And to begin a conversation, you can mirror somebody in an email with their behavior, even without seeing it, if you take 5 minutes to do a little bit of research on social. And it's the max time it takes is 5 minutes to say, hey, it's great to get to know you. Oh, you're from Owasso? Oh, so-and-so I know is from Owasso. Boom, walls down, peer recommendation. Because I took 1 minute to research. 1 minute.
Hey, Travis Olson just said, queen of picturing.
I love Travis. Travis is also one of my favorite people and somebody I worked with very often on things. And he really embraced some of the changes that we talked about in training and made. And he's right. I love to take pictures. Very few parts of me are millennialized, except that I like glittery trophies when I earn them. And I love photos of people, including myself, because you look back and it's not the picture or the angle, it's the moment that it captured that you remember when you see it. And I love that. So I'm big on that.
I love pictures and I love old music.
Oh, I love old music too. What's your favorite?
There is a band here called Foreplay. And they're going to be performing at Internet Battle Plan.
That's the one you were telling me about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be fantastic.
The band they are fun. They are a garage band type grunge band. I love these guys.
I love that.
These guys. They got a singer, a young woman named Lacey Lou, who is absolutely sensational.
I wonder if they've got a YouTube. I need to check that out.
They're performing at Battle Plan during the cocktail reception. I've hired them.
You know, that's another tip, right? You pick music that suits the mood and puts people in a good place. Same thing with our customers. If you search somebody's Facebook before they come in, you know you have an appointment, take a look at their about section, at their likes, find the music they like. And when you pull that car up to have it ready before they arrive, turn their favorite music on. Simple, good mindset. You do the same thing at a conference.
Let's finish up with Greg Gifford a second. Let me tell you what he's talking about. How Google is moving toward entity search and how all the dealers need to adjust their strategies to entity search.
Yep.
How to create the right kind of content, optimize for Google, and build relevant and local links, local SEO.
That's massively important.
You know, Greg Gifford, you know, he's a celebrity in our industry, but people don't realize when he goes overseas, people pay hundreds of dollars to hear him.
Oh, absolutely. Thousands at times.
Yeah,
he's a great speaker.
He is internationally known, and he's going to be talking about real Google, and he's talking about at ground level things you can actually do.
Yeah. Well, and how to hold your vendors account. Even if you don't go, I'm going to do this internally, you take 2 or 3 things from it and you go, these are the most important. Now I can have real conversations with my vendors about if that's what's happening and start requesting it and improve upon the strategy that you may or may not already have. Huge difference.
Guess who's coming back?
Who?
Elise Kephart.
I love Elise. She lives in my tribe.
My protege.
Yeah.
She's the daughter we didn't have. You know?
Man, you know what? Elise is a woman who practices what she preaches. Her follow-up process is aggressive and strong and effective. And I met Elise, actually, I believe Elise and I met at Internet Battle Plan as well. It was at a conference. I'm pretty sure it was Elise.
15 or one of those early ones.
Yep.
I mean,
we brought her into Garber shortly after I met her because I said, not only do you say what you're going to do, but you're a person who can create buy-in. And that's what
I discovered her. Now,
I remember that.
I didn't give her any of her talent. She already had the talent. But I introduced her to the industry. She was working at a dealership, Sunset Honda in San Luis Obispo, California.
Yeah, yes, she was.
And I was surfing across the internet, Googling up car dealers and video, and I come across this woman doing exactly what I teach, much better than I was teaching it. Because I was one of the pioneers with using video response.
You had that little flip cam thing.
A little flip cam.
You know.
I spoke at Internet Battle Plan 3 or 4 back in the Internet Digital Dealer, rather. Yep. I spoke at Digital. I was a keynote speaker for the very first Digital Dealer.
I remember that.
And I was a keynote speaker for a couple Digital Dealers back when I was writing for the magazine. Yep. And Digital Dealer 4 or 5, I held up that little flip camera and nobody knew what it was.
Right.
And I was teaching people how to video and then put it in your camera and email it to people with YouTube. And people thought that was amazing.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was doing something that I had learned in the National Speakers Association. There's a guy named Terry Brock, who is my technology mentor outside the industry.
Very cool.
And he had just spoken about it at the NAD, at the National Speakers Association convention a month before Digital Dealer. And I was just basically ripping off his presentation, showing what he taught me. And people were amazed. You do video. Wow. Yeah. That's Elise Kephart. And I said, you got to speak at one of my Internet Battle Plans.
It's incredible. Like, look how far the technology has come, because that wasn't very long ago when we didn't just have it at our fingertips. I'm thinking by like next year, I'm hoping I can like blink and turn on a video in my eye, because I feel like that'd be so cool. But Elise has been doing it since back then when you had to put it on YouTube. Now we have all the tools to make that easy and effective. But YouTube is still one of the best sources to tie your SEO and your video into, and back to your website. It all melds together, and then you get the talent of somebody behind the scenes. You've been Elise's mentor forever.
I gave her the nickname, the YouTube Diva, and it stuck.
I remember that.
That was my nickname I gave to her, you know. So guess what she's speaking about, though? What's
she doing this time?
You ready?
I'm all ears.
We'll do a drum roll. 5 things every car pro should do to win more TrueCar sales.
Ooh, that's going to be good. She's really good at video with TrueCar and process.
She sells more TrueCar deals, more Costco deals, more USAA deals than anybody in the universe, and she makes money on them.
Yep.
And
Every time.
She's going to teach you how to do that. How to make more TrueCar deals and make money with TrueCar deals.
I'm excited to see that because TrueCar USAA is one of my favorite sources because it's not a lead, it's a referral. And one thing Elise kills it at is teaching you to recognize it that way and how to respond without you. Most of the TrueCar dealers will use the generic templates in their process, which is better than nothing and is effective in its own right. But Elise customizes it in a way that your competitors aren't going to and gets people to actually convert and respond genuinely. Elise is a fantastic person to watch.
The bulletproof voicemail for a TrueCar customer.
I'm excited to see that one.
She said, YouTube is so 2009.
I'm going to get her like a So 2009 t-shirt to wear there. But she's
confirmations preloaded in your CRM. Elise is going to dive deep into how to really make money and close TrueCar deals.
Yep. So on YouTube, if anybody gets a chance, you go into YouTube and do the search, Delray Buick GMC appointment confirmation. It's going to come up and say JC Kent. That is a video that Elise did for Garber when we brought her on years ago, like 6-7 years ago. I still showcase it. It still works. And it was made using an iPhone. So when you're like, oh, wow, that's like a commercial. Nope, it's not. It's real incredible. If you flub through something, roll with it. People will know you're human. But check that out as a little free tip. It works really well for confirmations for appointments, which is extremely important.
Yes, who just showed you?
Who?
Elise is on the sidebar.
Hey, Elise, she's on site this week. We were just talking about you.
Well,
conversation.
Elise is going to be one of the superstars. I've got 20 speakers. I mean, I can't even feature all of them in this broadcast, but it's amazing.
So many good ones. David Villa is one of my 100%. So as I keep saying, like, oh, I love that person. I'm a lover. That's the thing. But David Villa is one of my absolute favorite people to watch speak. I don't even care if he was talking about a yard sale. I'd like to watch him. He is so inspiring and so motivational when you leave any conversation you're having with him. And his insight into real estate, I'll tell you, one of my very favorite industries to learn from and bring into automotive is real estate. And his insight into that gives him a clarity that a lot of people don't have. I was just in his office last week touring it while I was in Florida and doing auto with him.
Well, I'm doing the video series with him. I think you are too.
I am. Yeah, I'm so excited.
We're doing Auto Dealer University.
Check it out, you guys. I get offers to do universities a lot, and I always turn them down. Jim, I know, gets thousands of them. And this is the one that we picked for a reason. I watched all the content before deciding. And it's real. It's like real sales meetings of people just getting hyped up in energy and talking about things that matter. The content on that university is incredible.
There is 6 hours of my material on there already.
So excited.
I mean, my entire sales manager school, my entire F&I school, and my entire salesperson school, my general sales manager school, and my general manager school is all on the platform already.
It's right on it. We should put up actually where everybody can find the link to that. So David, if you're listening, share that so everybody can find it. I don't have it
readily available without putting the video away. So
no, that's okay. David can share it, or Chelsea, if you're listening, will you shoot Lou a text and ask him for the link and pop it up there for everybody?
We'll put it on after the broadcast in the sidebar.
I like it.
I've got Sean Stapleton, James Klaus,
those are my peeps.
Anthony Jonas. Anthony is, you know Anthony?
I do know Anthony socially.
Anthony is with Automotive Mastermind. We're talking about data mining at a deep level. Not just equity mining, but data mining.
True data mining.
Now, most CRMs have thousands and thousands of dead leads.
Oh, yeah.
Dead leads are never worked again.
Yep, never.
Automotive Mastermind is phenomenal.
Automotive Mastermind has a rep. Her name is Beth Northern, and she works in the Texas region. And that woman, not only does she hold people accountable, she is a ball buster when it comes to results. And so one thing I think is really important about any company you work with is the rep or the client success person, whatever you want to call them, that builds a relationship with the dealer and truly helps them. Not just here's your result on my product, but here's how we do it. An Automotive Mastermind has sent in 5 different people to a client that I have in Texas and spent the entire day training and making them better. No charge. They do it. They just come in and they do it. And I think that's fantastic and something people should demand from the partners that they work with. 100%. What was that?
You know Joe Cal?
Yes. Joe has just announced his new position.
He is now working with David Villa.
Absolutely.
And, he's working with Auto Dealer University.
Yep. Solid score for David Villa.
Total business development dealership.
Yes.
Not just a BDC, but a total internet dealership.
Yep. Whole thing hybrided. Yeah, it's Joe's got the skill and the background to be able to do it too. And the way that they run their IPD or Auto Dealer Live, whichever, they're the same company. But when you go into their offices, for those of you who have never been in there, and I've been friends with them for years, real close friends that hadn't been in, the energy in those BDCs that they house in there is crazy. People are standing up, dancing around. David's in the middle of it all, like just truly involved in it. And so for Joe to come in with his experience, that's going to be a phenomenal presentation because it's going to be.
He's got the phone crew selling direct mail, selling the video, selling the university. Yeah. He's got that, the crew.
Oh yeah.
I go in the crew, and they've got a dealer on the phone, and everybody says, "Okay, big shot, let's see you close the deal."
Just calls you right out. Come on.
Yeah. Okay, Mr. Jim Ziegler, big shot, let's see you close the deal. So they put me on the phone with David Villa and this dealer, and I'm talking to this dealer. And he said, "Are you really Jim Ziegler?" I said, "Yeah, I sure am." I said, I hear they made this presentation. He said, "Yeah, I'm thinking about it." I said, "Look, let's stop farting around and do it." He said, "Okay." So let's stop farting around and do it. I mean, so they were trying to close this guy over and over again. I said,
"Oh yeah,
let's just stop farting around and do it."
Just some direct. Isn't it amazing? Like that TO is so effective. That very this is a good decision. This is what you need to do. And I think everybody knows that you wouldn't promote something unless you're just not that guy. You have to really believe in it and have seen results. So it's a safe choice. Absolutely.
Michael Schmidt says that is a very great tool, insightful into the customer, what they're looking for, and it dives deep. That's Michael Schmidt talking about Automotive Mastermind.
Yeah.
Hey, Anthony Santangelo's on.
Hey, Anthony.
Yeah, we got the audience. You hear that got audience? Christina Marquis just said we need to search again. Everybody's commenting on the sidebar. I love this. This audience is participating.
I love that. Yeah, keep participating because the conversation continues after the show and with each other too. That's one of the brilliant things.
Guess who else is speaking at Battle Plan?
Who?
Me.
No kidding. I love watching you speak. I learn something every time.
Presentation I've done before. I've updated it a little bit.
Which one are you doing?
20 things I would do if I bought your dealership.
That's a powerful presentation. Easy takeaways and truth on what should be done or what somebody should look at and change. There's so many opinions in our industry about what should somebody do on day one or what would they do if they bought the store. And I always like to tell dealers, if it was my store, this is what I would do, genuinely. But you do what you want.
Who vendors would I bring? Vendors would I get rid of? I mean, I'm going to lay it out. I do piss some people off with this presentation. I'll tell you that right now, because it's brutally honest. What I would do if I bought your dealership, I did that when a digital dealer about 3 years ago, and it was so highly received. And I've written about it now. I've updated it. I've added some things and taken away some things, but it's going to be really strong because the market is shifting right now. We're in a new paradigm. We're back at saturation. We sold 200 million people. That's all there are in the United States that have driver's licenses. 200 million driver's licenses. Oh. And we've been selling those people 70 million new and used cars a year for 5 years.
Right.
They got one. Now we're starting to see saturation. The people coming of age to buy a car are not moving fast enough.
Right.
You got to grow or die. You cannot stay where you are. I mean,
well, and you got to get smart. That's why that presentation has to be constantly reinvented and updated, because there is only so much market. So if you're relying on market share, you're not going to dominate the market. If you're relying on your actual management driven company and what you're doing inside of it, you will be able to dominate the market and take from your competitors. Because
else.
Absolutely.
A lot of contractors like Home Alone.
Oh my gosh, you should do it as a Home Alone thing and show them how to drop the bucket on the guy who breaks into the house, and how to forget your kid at home when you go to Europe. I have a teenager. There's times I've thought about doing that on purpose. I think that's what happened in the movie.
Hey, James Page just showed up. Hello, James.
Such a great audience. I can't wait to see some of your comments.
Weldon says that David Ville is a rock star.
Yes.
Hey, this is going to be the best battle plan ever.
I'm stoked about it.
And I can't believe that some people haven't got the testicular fortitude to ask their boss to send them.
Well, that's the thing, right?
The testicular fortitude.
What's that Razor commercial right now that's questioning like masculinity and taking all those people off? We need to like apply that to people who won't ask. Look, the secret to life, you don't get what you don't ask for, right? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So I always tell people, if the worst thing that can happen is the answer is no, that's already the answer. So just ask. Just make a clear expectation and ask, because nobody else in the world is ever going to put as much investment into you as you will in yourself. And if your boss says no, sell them. You're in sales. Call me and I'll sell them for you, right? Or invest in your self-income. I do have 10 free tickets to give away. So, choose.
Weldon Whitehurst, did you freeze up on me, Bobbie? Are you there? Uh-oh, I think Bobbie's processor has frozen up on her. She's frozen on me. Bobbie, come back. Bobbie, I can't lose you right now. Come on now. Great pose, but come on. I think her processor has frozen. Oh no. A lot of data we're doing right here. So till Bobbie comes back, I'm gonna put my cell phone by myself for a second. Okay. You've been listening to me and Bobbie Herron, and Bobbie's processor seems to have frozen for the time being. But when she comes back, I'll bring her back. Internet Battle Plan, March 4th and 5th, Clearwater, Florida. Teach at the Beach, Part 4. Unbelievable. Oh, man, Bridget Elizabeth Brune's got to go? No. Uh-oh. I hope Bobbie comes back. Internet Battle Plan. It's going to be at the Marriott Sand Key in Clearwater, Florida. Early bird tickets right now are at $250 until January 25th. After that, they're going to go to $750. And dealer principals, general managers are free. I think Bobbie's back. Let me check.
That was so strange. It just froze on the screen, and I was like this. I looked like I needed an eye patch. Yeah. I'm like, can it ever freeze on a spot where it looks good in the angle?
Yeah, that was your processor got a little overloaded.
Awesomeness. Even this $5,000 laptop is like, this is too much awesomeness for me to be able to compress. But this is life, right? This is technology, and it happens to you guys in the dealership.
The Starship Enterprise. I got all these screens around me, and can you see the screens in back of me and the reflection on the glass?
You can. There's 1, 2, 3 going across.
I got 3 screens.
I love it. You can never have too many screens, right? Tab it up. Jennifer Briggs, who's one of my, who is my hashtag main chick, my very best friend throughout automotive. And she literally has, I'm not kidding you, like 50 screens in every room, so that she can at any time just be like, boom, 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 boom. I drive her crazy shutting off screens. Like, let me shut that one down. Literally at her desk, there's like 7 screens, Jim. No joke. It's the craziest thing.
I am a technology sort of guy. In my home, I have 3 75-inch big screens.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Do you ever hook your laptop up to them and work from it?
The $5,000 and $7,000 ones.
Holy cow, Jim!
I mean, I went high tech.
Do you have, are any of them Samsung?
Yeah, they're all Samsung.
Fun fact. Did you know that in the Samsung user guide, in the manual that comes with their televisions, it lists right in there not to have private conversations by your TV?
It what?
Yeah. Samsung was one of the first companies ever sued for active listening through conversations, which is everywhere now. It's 10-year-old technology. It's what we use in Facebook. It's how it knows what to send to you. But there was a time where they were one of the leaders. I don't know if they were the first, but they were the first one to get caught. And so lawsuit put, and I don't know all the details to it, so don't hold me that part, had them put in there not to have active conversations next to your television if they were private. So for those of you who think that that kind of technology is a conspiracy theory, just look it up on Samsung.
Hey, somebody just said it's Travis Olson. It's frozen in Michigan. That was Bobby's issue.
It is like a tundra here. Thank you, Travis, for having my back on that.
Is it cold up where you're at?
Oh my goodness. Well, today I think it's like -3. We had a nasty storm come through this weekend, and that's not uncommon for us in the winter. But today we're getting blasted with a nasty snow and ice storm. So I had somebody say to me, "Why didn't you call me this morning? I didn't have any Wi-Fi." So
we are in a streak here in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
I had
what is it, 65?
Jogging pants instead of shorts today when I went out.
Oh, you poor thing. So at the worst, at Battle Plan, somebody you might need some left hand.
It's like 60 degrees out there.
I was there last week and it was like summer in Michigan. I walked outside and I was like, oh, and everybody's like, aren't you cold? No. It's 65 degrees.
Showed up.
It's so beautiful there right now.
Guess who just showed up?
Who?
David Villa.
David, you're joining us. I'm so excited that David's joining us.
I love David Villa. He is a good friend. I mean, I've really become close with David, and I'll tell you, he's one of the best motivators. He is speaking at Internet Battle Plan.
He's just a good person too, right? Like he's just a genuinely, and his family is amazing, right? And he I'm not kidding you. When I was there last week before we did Auto Dealer Live, I was looking for him and I looked in his office first, and then I was like walking through the building, and then I look into the crew. And he's right in the middle of it all, working right alongside. He's like, "Oh no, I'm getting my stuff done. I'm talking to customers. I'm motivating people." And I thought, that is so cool.
He takes CEOs. He holds motivational sales meetings. Yep. David Villa is a true Christian that lives his Christianity. Yep. I mean, there are a bunch of fakes and frauds in our business that all of a sudden found Jesus.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah, mouth full of Jesus and a heart full of deceit. You know.
Yep.
I mean, there's a couple of those. I mean, I'm just amazed. This guy really lives his Christianity.
You know what I always say, Jim? I always say, I'm a Leo, so I like to use this, and everybody can apply this however they want. But a lion doesn't have to walk into a room and say they're a lion. Everybody hears that roar without it even having to be said.
What are you speaking about? Hey, Aaron Ryan just showed up. You know the Ryan?
Yes, fantastic people.
Well, I'm sort of favoring the prettier one.
they both have the same face.
They're twins. Yeah.
Right.
No, yeah. I like the prettier one better than the smarter one.
Oh, that's a good reason. I know I'm going to need to know the logic behind that one. The smarter one's like.
I've been telling them that for years. I never tell them which is which.
Yeah, same face. It's a thing. It's funny. Jennifer Briggs and I are always confused for each other when we go to conferences. People go, "Oh, you're Jennifer. Oh, you're Bobbie." And I go, "She's 4 inches taller than me and she's a ginger with red hair." But it must be something about the facial mannerism. So we like to pretend we're twins when we're places and not correct people.
Another superstar, Jennifer Briggs. I'll tell you, Aaron Ryan is a superstar. I mean,
oh yeah. That's the thing, right? People that you surround yourself with will bring you up or they will bring you down. So people look at my tribe and they go, "Oh, you have like 6 best friends." Yeah, for like 7 years by design. That is a group of people that will lift you. So if you're around people who are negative influencers, or you're out on the lot hearing things like getting involved in conversations like, "We don't give enough for the trade, we don't do this," you're just jacking your mindset and bringing yourself down. You got to improve the quality of the people that you surround yourself with if you truly want to be successful in this life.
Let me ask you. Why should we go to Internet Battle?
Well, to hang out with me, obviously. No, I'm just kidding. But sorry, yeah, kind of. I'm kind of kidding. No, you should come to Internet Battle Plan because it's one of the few opportunities that you have to turn a room of brilliant people into strong relationships, and those carry through for years. those are, like I said before, those are the people that you call on a Tuesday night when you want to pull your hair out and you're doing marketing or you're doing sales and you go, what do I do? And you phone up one of these relationships that you've created with a knowledgeable person and you strategize. This conference and the intimacy of it lasts well beyond 2 days of people talking. And that's one of the differences in the speaker lineup. I truly mean it when I say, like, there's not a financial thing in for me to push that. So I truly mean it when I say that I'm going to watch the speakers too. There are brilliant people that are speaking. And if you go, the biggest tip I can give you is this: don't just go and listen, go and learn and bring something back and join us there. It's a crazy, incredible time. And it's a really good variance of knowledge. You don't have to switch rooms. You don't have to be uncomfortable. You can set up your laptop, get all your stuff out and start with a game plan while you're listening and truly learn different strategies for every department in the dealership and not just BDC, not just operations. I mean, shoot, David's going to come on, and I don't even know what David's talking about yet, but David's going to come on and motivate you to actually do all this stuff that you learn while you're there, right? And
go to the website, internetbattleplan.com, and look at the speaker lineup.
Yeah.
And let me tell you one thing about Internet Battle Plan. Not knocking Digital Dealer. I got my start in Digital Dealer. I'm not going to put down that conference. I mean, it's a great conference. There are some conferences that are not great conferences.
Truth.
All of a sudden, everybody with a Facebook page is doing their own conference. I mean, you know, all these Facebook credentials. I mean, at Internet Battle Plan, different than Digital Dealer or any other conference out there, all the speakers are in one big room.
Yep.
There's no breakouts. You ever go to a conference and there's 10 speakers speaking at the same time?
Yeah, then you miss good stuff that you wanted to see because you have to pick.
What if you accidentally pick a crappy speaker?
Right.
And you don't want
to talk about it.
I mean,
right.
Or there's two good speakers at the same time.
I hate that. I despise that. Like, I go, who picks these speakers and doesn't know that you have the same audience and puts them at separate times where you miss something?
We got
it's a frustrating thing.
Aaron Ryan's talking to Mike Phillips on the sidebar over here.
That's a great, I don't know if they were friends before. I hope they were, but they're actually a great combo to become friends. Their networking is similar and philosophies too. So that's fantastic.
Joe Cowboy.
Hey, Joe. Do we have the whole IPD crew here? That'd be awesome. Did we just take over the whole IPD room? Because I think that'd be fantastic.
And you know, dealer principals and general managers are no charge.
I think people forget that sometimes, like that you give that to them so they can take back the knowledge and come back. And look, if you're a GM, coming, bring your team so that you can pick up 3 or 4 points. They can pick up 3 or 4 points, but take advantage of the fact that it's free for you to come. You're investing your time. That's it. And that's the most important investment you can make into yourself, is spending your time doing something that makes you a better version of who you are, and for your team as well. It's crazy that you offer that. I don't know. Does anybody else even offer that? I don't think so. Any of those, like, none of those big conferences let you do that ever.
Speaking.
Frank is fantastic. Is Frank talking about the why buy? What's he covering?
That's it. He's dragging his feet. The slacker. He hasn't even submitted his speech title yet. He's
in Florida this week and then headed to NADA. Frank has got to bring something in. I'm going to chat with him later. We have a scheduled call, so I'll tell him, hey, we were talking about this. You got to bring it.
In good faith, because he always does an incredible presentation.
Super motivational.
But he hasn't submitted the speech title or the bullet points yet. I don't know what he's talking about.
He's going to surprise us. I hope that he incorporates the why buy. I love his messaging on that. I don't think you can hear that enough times to know how to get it right. But if you guys have never met Frank, a great conversation starter with Frank is ask him why he keeps a can of Spam in his pantry. Great.
Everybody that knows Frank Lopes, do me a favor, call him up, tell him he's a slacker. He needs to get Ziegler his presentation points so I can print the darn bulletins.
That's right. Blow him up today. Blow him up today and say, I need to know why there's spam in there and why you haven't turned this in yet, and start that conversation. Help us out.
I've got Christian Jorn from Remora.
Christian's a nice guy.
And a genius. I mean,
yeah,
really, really great websites. We got Dan Wick again. Did you see Dan Wick speak? Crazy.
I did. I got to meet Dan the night before last time, and we had some great quality time together, and he was a great speaker.
He started out with Thunderstruck, you know?
That's right, he did.
All the boom, boom, boom. I mean, all this music, and people say, what's going on? And he didn't go to the stage right away. Boom,
Nope.
boom. I don't, what? I didn't realize he was going to do that. It was just hilarious.
Pumping them up. Do you remember the old sales meetings that started like that? Like the Kirby Vacuum used to do these sales meetings that were crazy, and they started like that. Music, energy, high amp up. Now we have like these kick you in the face meetings sometimes in the morning. Then we go, and Frank says this a lot. How are you going to kick somebody in the morning and then wonder why the beginning of their day is jacked up? That's the kind of way you want to start a meeting. Excited and energy.
Hey, Douglas.
Really?
Yeah, Douglas.
Yes,
That's great.
Some good
That's such a good audience built up for this thing. I hope everybody is sharing this video all over Facebook.
Yeah, please do, guys. Share it. And if you're a person who doesn't want to send me the video clip on why you should be chosen, share this video and just type why you'd be chosen. I'll give you 2 entries for that one.
Well, we have been on an hour and 10 minutes.
I always lose track of time when I'm hanging out with you.
It just went so fast.
It really does.
Oh, Bobbie, you are a phenomenon.
Thank you.
Bobbie. Now,
Thank you.
one more time. Hang on, I'm going to put it on the sidebar.
For sure.
BOBBIE apostrophe S. Number is, what's your number?
989
989
672
672
9945. Yep. And I'll tell you guys, use it. Text me. When I'm in a dealer, this is something a lot of people don't know about me. When I'm in a dealership and I'm working alongside you as your partner, I take everybody's phones away, including my own. And so unless we're on a break, we don't see them. So I tell everybody, shoot me a text because then I can actually answer you quickly. And if you call my voicemail, it literally says, I'm working on world domination right now. You should probably send me a text. So use that. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can just Google me. Let's be friends and collaborate. You can email me at partnerwithbobbie@gmail.com. You can Facebook message me, but I don't check my Facebook messages. Chelsea does, and she usually says back, hey, Bobbie doesn't check these, send her a text. So any way you want to communicate with me, check my website, thebeeskneesagency.com. And we picked the bee's knees because it means simply the best.
Bobbie is our internet battle plan.
Thank you. Thank you.
This woman, I mean, absolutely phenomenal. She's one of the people that talks about it, walks the walk, can really do what she teaches. She will come into your dealership and she will turn it around. Whatever she charges, it's too little.
I need a sticker.
She's so reasonable, you know.
It's the value and the return, right? It's the promise of the return and the value. I'm really proud of the fact that in the last 3 years, I have, and I'm proud to say this, I have a 0% turn rate in clients. I've never had anybody cancel. I've fired a couple, but I've never had anybody cancel.
Did you see last week when I did the video with the audience?
Oh yeah, that was great. While you were traveling?
Yeah, when the Billy Navarre dealerships in Lake Charles, and
I did see it.
I put the whole sales force on the live video with me. Mm-hmm. Ryan Navarre, the dealer, walks in. He says, "You people pay attention. Turn off your cell phones. This guy is really expensive." I went, "Yes,
that's right. That's right." But there's something to be said for that, right? Like I can't remember the gentleman's name in Vegas a couple of years ago. He owns a huge resort. He came out and said, when everybody else dropped their rates and their prices, he said, "I'm going to increase mine." And everybody thought he was crazy. Tony Robbins actually talks about him a lot, a good friend of his. And he said, "I'm not going to be a loss leader who shows that I have less value because I will prove it in the return." And that's what we stand behind, right? You get what you invest in, and you get time.
I charge it you know, to go into per day. Yep. Plus first class travel. Ziegler don't fly in the back of no planes. I don't even know what goes on in the back of a plane. I looked back there one time, curtain in first class, and people were 6-8 seats across, like a groveling for peanuts. It looked like a prison car.
It does happen. It does happen. I had to fly Spirit on Sunday, so I feel that. It was the only flight available coming back from Atlanta.
Goes on in the back of a plane. I make dealers pay first class if I'm going anywhere.
Well, it's an investment. Like your proven track record on what you do and what you say is true and what you do for dealers is true. And I have found that when you charge what your value is and when you implement it and prove it, not only will somebody pay it, but they'll hold their team more accountable for it because it is expensive. It's an investment in your business and it's important. And, I'll leave you with, a lot of people ask me all the time, why would I bring in a consultant? Why would I do that? Well, it's a lot more expensive to bring in somebody that's a permanent employee that specializes in an area. It's like 10 times more expensive. And there's no guarantee of the result or any proven track record inside of multiple dealerships. And when you bring in a consultant, whether it's BDC, operations, sales, any of that stuff, marketing, you get an experience, a skill set that most dealers don't employ. It's not expensive when you look at it for what the value is and when you truly hold your team accountable afterwards.
I was a speaker for the National Independent Auto Dealers Convention. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, the National Independent Auto Dealers Convention. And at the end of that speech, a couple of the independent dealers came up and said, "We understand they paid you $12,000 to do that 1 hour speech." I said, "Yeah." "They paid you $12,000 for 1 hour." I said, "No. They paid me $12,000 for the 30 years it took me to learn what to say."
That's it, my friend. That's exactly it. And what I think is inspiring about that is there are so many people watching this or that will attend that will think that they are capped out on the potential that they have. They need to know that there are people at the top who look like them and that they can also achieve that same thing by following a solid strategy, by using good processes, and by listening to the people who they're trying to help or to sell. People need to know that you can earn that kind of a living so that they strive just as hard to get the same knowledge. And you're right, it's a 30-year knowledge. I'm 21 years old.
Aaron Ryan just gave me the best. Jim's personality alone is worth. Whoa.
I love that. Amen, my friend.
They're great.
It's true. People who really know you know how genuine you are.
Well, Bobbie, internetbattleplan.com.
Yes.
And people can call me personally.
Yes.
I take my own calls. I got the cell phone right here. 770-851-2803. Aaron, put that on the sidebar for me, would you please?
Heck yeah.
770-851-2803. 770-851-2803. That's my personal cell phone number.
Yeah.
Call me. I mean,
right?
Hello, Jim Ziegler. Yeah, no problem.
Text me and I will text you back and go, I'm free in 30 minutes. And then I'll be like, hey, Bobbie Herron, how are you doing today?
Bobbie Herron, I love you. You are such a great partnerwithbobbie.com. Is that it?
Well, it's actually, so it's thebeesneesagency.com. Oh. However, I'm trying, no, that's okay, because I'm trying to buy that website and it's owned by a girl who does MLM. So if you guys want to drive her batty for me, she's using it as a redirect. I've been trying to buy it for 4 years. So
agency.com.
Yep. And then we'll be shortly buying that site and getting it redirected. But Partner with Bobbie is my hashtag. You can find that anywhere. If you want to look for tips or tricks or things I've shared, search for hashtag Partner with Bobbie. It's also my email, partnerwithbobbie@gmail.com. Just use it whatever way it is that we can connect. I love to collaborate. So don't hesitate to reach out to me, please.
Well, kid, I'm going to have to call this course. We've been on an hour and 15 minutes. You and I could visit forever. I mean, the audience is just like voyeurs, right? Because we're just visiting.
Yeah. This is what it looks like when we hang out, guys. Well, and it looks like I can't see the comments, but it looks like there's 141 with 61 reactions from what I can see. I can't see what they're individually, but wow.
Everybody share this video.
Yes, please do, guys.
You talk about energy. I went to the National Speakers Association, Central Florida. I became a member.
Yeah.
That is the best chapter in all of the national speak. They start every meeting with the Black Eyed Peas. Let's get it started. Let's get it started. And everybody's dancing. And I mean, that's the kind of energy I like to see in a meeting.
Yeah, right. Well, that's energy people like to feel. You like to feel that energy because it makes us feel good. People, my daughter's always like, Mom, aren't you tired? You never sleep. You never do this. And like, I take a lot of vitamin B12. That's my secret. B12, an amazing playlist will save your day and get your world on track.
Well, kid, we're about to be out of here. Say bye.
Bye, guys.